it just dawned on me, if you break down all the problems, issues that society has between, men and women, yeah, men are worse in this category, women are worse in this topic. You can break it down as you go and go and go, but when you get to the ultimate question on which gender is worse, that's when everybody just has this big uproar. Um, because yeah, I mean, you could say men are worse at doing this than women. You could say women are worse at doing this than men. Men are more this, and women are more this. But then when you break it down like that, and that's the tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat. But then when you get down to the ultimate question on which gender is worse as a whole, it's completely uproar. Even though you can, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's obvious. Um, I mean, men are stronger, and I'm a firm believer men are smarter. Um, and if men were so bad as women say they are, do you think we would allow you to speak to us the way you do? Do you think we would care what your opinions were? Do you think we would care at all what your feelings are? If we were so bad as women and want to paint us, then why do we allow you to speak bad about us? That makes no sense. But yet, men have made this world so safe and so put together and so organized that women feel entitled and safe to speak the crazy they speak. So I'm sorry, women, you are the worst gender out of us. All right. But you are the most valuable because you have the egg and the womb that we need. We just have the sperm. But we have the muscle and brain to build a society that you feel safe in. So that's what makes us. All right. But I just had this random thought about, this thought and theory. Because, women want to, like, say, oh, women cheat more. Oh, no, men cheat more. Or men are not emotionally intelligent. Women aren't logical. And we can have this tit for tat, who's better at this and who's worse at this, and who does this and who doesn't do this, and who doesn't do enough and who does too little. But then when you take in all those statistics and then you map it down at the ultimate question on which gender is worse than the other, there has to be, a better and positive and a negative. All right, just like in the small stats, positive and negative. Which one is the positive? Which one's the negative? And then you take all that data and then put it into the ultimate question on which gender is worse, which gender is better, which, out of men and women, just which one is better. If you're a woman, would you want to be a guy? If you're a guy, would you want to be a woman? Me personally, no. I do. I am just a little bit about the whole carrying the child and being able to feel that connection, and feel all that. But it stems down to the fact that, like, I'm coming at it a men's lens, and you women don't ever have to question, don't ever have to worry if this child is yours. You know without a doubt because it came out of you. It's yours. All right. But now with all this promiscuity out there nowadays, and it's believe all women, and hashtag kill them in, and fuck this and fuck that, and you guys get so personal when we want a paternity test. And I hate to use the whole quote like, well, if you got nothing to hide, then why do you have a problem with me getting a paternity test? Because that makes me sound like a cop and doing the whole fucking manipulating fucking bullshit that cops and females do. All right. So I don't particularly like using that phrase, but come on. You want me to dedicate, years of my life to you and dedicate my money and my peace of mind that you're supposed to help me, keep. You're supposed to be my safe haven that comes to you, just like I'm supposed to be your arms that you come and feel safe in. All right. But you guys say it so personal because I want opportunities. I want, I mean, I'm sorry that I have to put you on the spot and make you feel a certain way. I'm sorry that I don't have a biological, part in me that just says, yes, you are the father. Um, but it's not a personal attack. It's just to give him peace of mind. And on top of that, if you love this man and respect this man and want to give this man kids, and you don't have anything to hide, then why would you have a problem giving him the peace of mind? Just, I'm sorry that it has to come in piece. I'm sorry that it has to become in the form of, taking your blood and this and all that, and it has to come in the form of a piece of paper that is tested by science that men have created to let me know that you're not a hoe and that the child is mine. I'm sorry how that makes you feel, but how do you think it makes us feel? I mean, that's why most men don't ask and don't, because it's just, to deal with the headache and the fight that we have to go through just to talk to you about getting it, all right, and then to go do it, and maybe comes out to be not ours, you know, which it does happen, but it is your child. But because of evolution and biology and all that, there's things in there that that happen in our development that make it to where the child is biologically yours, but for some reason the DNA doesn't come back as yours. I mean, it happens to women more when like twins particularly can absorb the one twin in their womb and then give birth to children that are not biologically hers, but they are hers because they came out of her. But because of her sister's DNA that's mixed in with hers, her eggs are not her eggs particularly; they're her sister's eggs. That's how the DNA would work. I mean, she gave birth to the kid, she fed it, she makes milk, but the only thing that's different is that the eggs and in those cases, the DNA of her sister would have overridden her biological eggs, and instead of giving her biological children, she given birth to her deceased biological twin children. All right, but I I think that's just my 2 cents on that.